friend. All right. I am giving everybody a couple minutes. You know how I do. I like to give people time to get on in. So come on in, come on in, come on in. I am giving folks time to come in. I will try my best to keep up with everything going on for my banners and all that on the YouTube side. Uh-oh. I think. Come on, devil. Not today. Devil trying me today already. I'm like, we doing good. Now all of a sudden everything want to act up. We not doing that. No, no, no. No, no, no. So, anyway. Anyway. I am not going to let the devil have his way today. It's just trying it. It's trying it. Last week I couldn't do Instagram. This week, studio acting up. You know. Y'all pray for me here. Pray. Because it is not acting right. Bear with me. Bear with me. As the old saints say. Bear with me. I am doing everything I know to do. It's just giving me the blues. My goodness. Well, it's showing that everything's ready. Can somebody help? I need help. I need help. We are going to go ahead and jump into it as soon as I can get. All right. I think we ready. Okay, I think we live. Hey. This is what happens when you don't have help, okay? This is what happens. So, welcome. I know. Thank y'all so much for being patient with me and my technology. I try to get on early and everything known to mankind decided wants to happen. You hear? It's always like this. He said it is always happening. But that's okay. We're going to press on. This is about resiliency. For those of you, if it is your first time, welcome back to my R2C. It's Monday. I have had the case of the Mondays all day. You hear me? Case of the Mondays all day. That's all right. The enemy is just trying to mess with me today. I don't even know why. I ain't done nothing. Tell him leave me be. Yeah. Tell him leave me be. If it is your first time, you're alone, you snuggled up with somebody, if you are watching this live, thank you, or on rebroadcast, thank you. I really want to say this is the opportunity to really grow and learn and share what we're going to be talking about today. And I know that the enemy is trying me because I am coming from my heart today. So let's do this. I am going to, one more second, friend, one more second. I am going to go into a different browser and see if that makes a difference. Because it keeps freezing. And I don't want my people that are watching on YouTube or Instagram, on YouTube and Facebook, not to have that same opportunity. So let's try Microsoft for them. Let's see. I don't know how else to get to it, y'all. But I do want to say, for those of you that have joined on Instagram, welcome. Is it your first time? Let me know in the chat if it's your first time. If it's not your first time, hello. Welcome back. So I am trying my best to figure out why everything wants to crash. It always happens. It happens when you need it to work. Same thing I tell my people when I'm doing interviews. I'm like, get on 5-10 minutes early, because if it's going to crash, it usually will. That's exactly what happened, but that's okay. We are a resilient bunch here, which is why this is called Real Resilient Conversations. And so we're going to press on. We are not going to let this distract us or hold us back. But if it is your first time and you're like, what is this girl doing? It's because I don't have a techno team. I need a team. So, let's do that. Let's try it this way and see if it's still, because I feel like somebody tried to text me and tell me something. Anyways, we're going to press on. All right. Allow, let's enter, and let's press on forward. I am so sorry. It's always something going on. So I am going to log in a different way. And let's see. Because my people that's on Facebook and Instagram saying that they can't see me because it keeps freezing. So we're going to not worry about that and go into it this way. Come on, devil. Not today. I thought y'all was supposed to have been praying. Because this is giving me the blues right now, y'all. Every time I get into it. So if you are on, y'all tell me if y'all can see me. All right. Y'all still can't see? I heard somebody say they still can't see me. So if it's saying that y'all still can't see me, but y'all can hear me? Yes, no, maybe so. Can y'all hear me over here on the Instagram side? Yes, no, maybe so. Oh no, so I think it's just the system that's crashing. And I can't even type in there, y'all. I'm so sorry. It's something, but it's not me. I didn't do it this time. This time it's really just the software. So we're going to press on. I'm going to just give it to y'all what I can, those of you that are here. And I wish that I could share it. To those who can't see it. So I will do my best to send it to a couple people. Sorry. So anyways, we are here every second and fourth. Every second and fourth. So then I think I'm off a little bit on my dates then if it's second and fourth. Second and fourth Monday. And I am so flustered because I am so frustrated that my people can't see me. They can't see me. They can't hear me. I don't even know what else to do. My frustration is real right now, y'all. Y'all supposed to have been praying for me. Okay, so tonight's topic is going to be on love me or love me not. And I know because it's so good. This is why I'm having all these difficulties. I know that's what it is. And so on today when we're talking about love me not. Put down in the chat, what do you think love me not has to do with resiliency? So for those of you that are here, get your bi-weekly fill up, be a little help out your fellow newbies, help them out so we can figure out how to fix the situation. Make sure they know what to put down there. What do you think love me not has to do with resiliency? And while y'all are typing, I am going to be typing as well. Over here. If it will let me. Nope. So I think it's just the system is down with the program that I use to live stream is down, but that's okay. So ups and downs in relationships, yes, that does have something to do with it. But we're going to dive in a little bit deeper because like I said, today is going to be a little bit of a story time. I'm only going to hit on it, but I ain't going to go too deep. But how many of y'all remember the game? I don't know if it was necessarily a game, but you would get a flower and you would pluck the petals off the flower, and it was he loves me or she loves me not. He loves me not. Remember that? Anybody? Is it just me? But we were playing that game. She loves me not. He loves me not. And whenever you did it, how many of y'all ended up and you realized that you might have picked the wrong flower? No? Is it just me? I was like, I think I got the wrong flower. Let me try this again. Okay. He loves me. He loves me not. That ain't true. He loves me. He loves me not. Right? And then you kept getting the wrong flower and you were like, yo. Or you was like, he loves me. You like, okay, good, let's go. And you go and then you like, that flower lied. That was a deceptive flower because that wasn't hitting on what it was supposed to be hitting on. All right? You felt like the flower deceived you. And what it would have been, or what should have been, is that, y'all, I don't know, it's saying try again, and I don't know what else to do because it should have already been in there. I just made that face like on a Grinch. Don't judge me. What would have happened if you were able to change the they love you not? And they does not necessarily have to be the a intimate partner. Could the they had been a family member? Could the they had been a friend? Could the they had been a coworker? Could the they had been a business partner? Could the they had been your social media followers? Whoever they was, they love me not. And then you started to replay the thoughts in your head, trying to figure out who loves you and who doesn't, and why they love you and why they don't. And it is a moment where you realize, so like yesterday I was watching church, and while I was watching church, it was I learned a lot about myself. I'll put it that way. So Dr. Darius of Change Church said something like this: adversity is the doorway to opportunity. I'm like, okay, I got that. And he was like, but had you considered that you needed to have that adversity in order for the door to be created for you to walk through, in essence? Does that make sense? And so the adversity has been used and is still being used, right, in order to shape and shift and create who you are. that just moved me. It may not move you, but it moved me. And I was like, okay. Let me think. Do you know why? When you are wondering why I have to go through all these different changes in my life. Why does this have to happen? Why did that have to happen? Why did I have to go through this? Why did I have to go through that? And it comes down to the change that happened in your life was put in place in order to change who you are. Who you are now is not the same person you were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, last year. Who you are now is not who you were at 15 and what you thought your life would look like. Totally different person. Who you are now is, have you ever thought where your wisdom comes from, where your intelligence comes from, where your love comes from, where your giving comes from, where your endurance comes from, where your strength comes from? Your knowledge of self, all of these things play a part on the things that have changed and shifted your life. And so when you're thinking about whatever it is that you filled in the blank when I was naming off those things, where do you think it comes from? It comes from that adversity. If everything in life was peaches and roses, everything was sweet and lovely, we would not be able to endure anything, right? I know I've used this analogy before, but those that go to the gym, when they go to lift weights, it hurts. It is not a pleasant thing when they first get started. Every time they do something the next day, the next 2 days, 3 days, it is a reminder of what they did that first day. Sometimes the things that we go through, the adversity that we go through hurts. And it is a constant reminder when you have to look at your situation, your finances, you have to look at your relationships, you have to look at your children, right? This platform was put in place so that they said they can't see or hear me. I hate that because I don't know how to fix it. This platform was really put in place to expose the gaps, to expose my life and the things that I've been through, and try to help you look through it through my lens and the things that I've learned over the years and how that has shaped and shifted how I view things. It has molded me into being the person that I have become. So I'm not telling you this in order for you to be like Quita. No, I'm telling you this because I want you to be the best version of who you are. And so I also learned that attention is currency. Who you pay attention to is who you are spending your time with, spending your attention with, spending your efforts with, spending. So what happens when you're bankrupt? Anybody? Somebody? Right? What happens when it is no longer an opportunity set in place because you don't have the investment to do? How many of you have given so much in relationships that you like, I don't know how much I got left to give the next person? Because you have given so much. You have overspent. You are in the negative. The investment, there's no return on investment when you have paid too much attention to somebody who is not going to reciprocate. There is no return on investment. So the interest that you pay is when you continue to give them that love, continue to give them the money, continue to give them the affection, continue to enable them, right? You enable them to fail. You enable them to utilize. You enable whatever that is, but you continue to invest into something that's already dead, a situation that's already dead, a person that you know is already manipulating, using, misusing, or you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. People will say that you acting funny, that you're not really being you when you're taking time to heal, when you don't want to see anybody, when you don't have the attention currency to give to that person. And I've heard it multiple times. All I'm saying is that I'm just trying to chill with you. I'm just trying to hang out with you. And I'm like, I don't have it to give. I don't have the energy to reciprocate whatever energy you may or may not give to me. So because of that, am I ready to say, I'm willing to give it up? And now I am depleted. Now I am in the negative. Now I am bankrupt mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, because I have chosen to give my attention currency to someone else in need. So your attention should really be on your assignment. Your assignment might be helping somebody else that was just like you, who was in your situation, who you can identify with, and you like, I see them signs because I've been there, who's getting ready to go in that relationship that is not healthy, and you're like, ooh, I see it. You might not want to go there, right? Whatever that might be, your attention is expensive. Make sure that the people that you spend it with, that you give it to, can afford you. Make sure they can afford you, because be careful how you spend it, and you need to invest wisely. How you are investing is a direct reflection of where you are mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically. Where you choose, how you choose, right? And it blows my mind how I am always asked, and I shouldn't say always, often asked, how you so nice? Why you so sweet? You so giving? You'll give and don't even ask for nothing back. And I said, you know, my wisdom and my life is because of the things that I have endured and the adversity that have shifted me. And sometimes it's unsettling because of the things that I've invested my time in at different points in my life, at different places in my life, and have left me depleted. And I was the one that was bankrupt, and there was no one to replenish and pour back. And so when I felt like I was in the cave in my life, the caves of my life really had me at a dark place. And I felt like I didn't have anyone where I could reach out to. I felt like I didn't have anyone I could talk to or that understood where I was coming from. But it was in the darkness where I was going through it. When I came into the light, I was able to see like, oh girl, all you needed to do was this. All you needed to say was that. All you needed to do was take time out for you. But in that darkness, you can't see it. When you're in the midst of the process, you don't see it. And so I moved around. When I think about my life, I moved around with different family members. I've been hungry. I've been cold. I've been homeless. I've been in places that are seemingly embarrassing conditions. I've been through religious trauma. I've been through attempted unaliving myself on multiple times. I have been our word that ends in 8. And I've been molested. I have been beaten. I've been manipulated. I've been misused. I've been cheated on. I have been mentally and emotionally abused. When you look at me, I don't look like what I've been through. When you look at me, you don't see the things that I had to endure in order to get where I am. However, I invest my time with those that are in need of something. And the people that I invest my time in are people now that I'm like, I am going to receive something in return. So when I avoid people and they're like, oh, I don't see, I'm like, I don't have the energy for you. You're going to deplete me. You're too expensive. I don't have it to give. And my time is too expensive. You're too expensive for me to give it to you or to pay for you to come and deplete me. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like you're being robbed. When you don't have it to give, it feels like you're being robbed. And so I'm not sure who I would have been without my adversity. If I was always given everything, if I was always at a place to where I was receiving everything, I don't know where I would have been. Because does it make me more vigilant? Does it make me more aware? Does it make me more, for lack of better words, paranoid? Absolutely. But if I was not, and if I wasn't prepared, where would I have been as well? So my adversity, although seems like a rough time, a bad time, a place that I wish I would not have been in my life, if I could have changed it, would I have been an unhappily married woman with a bunch of kids? Would I have been in an abusive relationship with somebody who claimed that they loved me? Where would I have been? And so the things that are in your life that mold you, do not, and I'm going to say this again, do not be ashamed. Do not be afraid if you're broke. Do not be afraid if you've been hurt. Do not be afraid if you've made bad relationships or bad relational decisions. Do not be ashamed. And you know, for a long time, I was the one that was ashamed because it was, oh, Quita, I can't believe you did this. Oh, Quita, you shouldn't have done that. My story is not your story. My process is not your process. Even though you may have done the same thing, it still is not my process. What I had to go through in order to become who I am now, that's just what it is. My process, my story. All I can do is give my story and hope that my story can still encourage you to get and become a better you. Do not be ashamed. I have done some things that people are like, you did what? I can't believe you did it. Ooh, you went where? And I'm like, yeah, it's a part of my story. That doesn't mean that it makes me any less of the glory in which I am yet to become, and the glory that I am yet growing to become. And so if we're supposed to take care of each other, if we're supposed to watch out for one another, who are you helping when you can afford to without expecting anything in return? Should there be a return of investment? What happens if they cannot return the investment? That's just like when you go and donate. You see kids and they're like, oh, can you donate this so we can have these cookies, or I got a raffle going on. And you're like, oh, I don't really want nothing, but I'm going to donate. When you decide to help people that you know cannot return on investment, let it be your overage. Let it be your overflow that you are donating with. Your overflow of attention. You are so filled up that you can give your overflow to them. Your overflow. Not when you are already in the deficit. I am still yet learning not to give of my attention because they cannot afford to receive it. So I'm giving it. If it is an inconvenience, if they are asking you to donate and yet you don't have it, but you have the overflow, the inconvenience may be a test. Maybe a test to see if you are really willing to love on somebody, to take a moment for someone else, just like somebody had done for you at some point. Be mindful. I'm not telling you to never give. I'm not telling you to always receive. I'm telling you to make sure that there is a balance. Make sure there's a balance. Dr. Darius also said, and I know I'm getting close on my time here, you can be a good Samaritan and you can't be a good Samaritan and not be hurt by the people that you're helping. Ugh, that hurt. That hurt. You know why? Because you're like, but I'm helping them. How in the world can they be using me? That's part of that adversity. At some point, you will look at your assignment to help people as a trap or a trick, or as a threat that people can use against you. Don't let the thought of they're going to use me, they're going to misuse this, they are going to abuse me if I give them love, if I give them money, if I give them time, if I give them affection. Use wisdom. Be mindful. But just know that the good that you do is not going unseen. But just know that your return of investment may not come from people. You hear me? It may not come from people. Or may not come from the same person. There may be someone else who is willing to invest their overflow into you. What I give twice a month is my overflow. And sometimes it is close to my deficit. And I have to say, is it willing? Am I willing to give that to you? Is it worth it to me to give it to you? Because there's somebody that I get a random inbox, that I get a random phone call, like, Quita, you just don't know what your words mean to me. That is what brings me down. That is what brings me to tears. That is when I know I'm doing the right thing for the right people at the right time in their life. Being transparent is not a trap for me. Being transparent is not a threat for me. Being transparent is when I can say you can either love me or love me not. However, this is all Quita. This is a part of Quita. I heard somebody say, no, I want the Quita from Flint. I want the love, I need a little bit of ghetto. And I'm like, yeah, but you can't just pick and choose what part of Quita you get. That's just a piece of the pie. There's pieces of you that people just want to get. They don't want the whole pie. You know how you go to the store and you say, hey, I don't want the whole cake. I just want that one slice of cake. People just want to act like you're only worth a piece. They don't want to deal with your traumas. They don't want to deal with your loneliness. They don't want to deal with your frustration. They don't want to deal with the things that you've had to endure in order to get where you are, or even the things that you're going through right now. Remember, your attention is expensive. If they can't pay for the attention that you're going to give them, and they're not willing for you to invest in them with your time and your attention, they can't afford you. They can't afford you. They can't afford the fact that you are a business person and you don't have time to sit around and play games. You're trying to make money. You're trying to build an empire. You're trying to build a legacy. They can't afford you. They can't afford you if you tell them that it's going to be a certain price and then they're trying to haggle you all the way down to the bare minimum. They can't afford you. So I challenge you. I challenge all of you to be transparent. I challenge you to not let your past and the adversities that you have gone through allow it to feel like it's a trap. I challenge you to become a better you. Each and every time that we come together, y'all, it's just an impartation of who I am in order to help grow you. All I'm doing is putting down the seeds and letting God do his work. Somebody else is not worthy of your attention. Don't squander it on the wrong person. Don't squander it on the wrong things, the wrong activities. Make sure that you are well within your right thinking, your right mindset on who is deserving. So that is my time. I know I have gone over, but I had technical issues. Oh my goodness. All my people on Facebook and YouTube, I'm sure I will try and figure this thing out just for y'all, I promise. So tonight's show, I hope that you enjoyed tonight's show. I pray that something I said was a way of shifting and changing your thoughts and your actions, so that way you can become a more resilient you. So once again, please like, share, subscribe. If not for you, but for someone else, I will love it. I know it only takes 2 seconds for you to do, but it means the world to me. So make sure that you come back and join me. I know that I said on the 2nd and 4th, so I might need to change the date. I was going to say on the 3rd, but I guess it's going to be on the 10th. Because that's midweek or mid-month. So come back on the 10th of April, and we are going to have a good time. We are going to be talking about box seats. Box seats on the 10th of April. So come back. But until then, love, peace, joy, and happiness I send unto you. I pray nothing but strength until we meet again. You know how to find me. Inbox me, call me, text me. I am here for you. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining, even through the adversity on tonight. Even through the difficulties on tonight. Thank y'all so much for joining. And then I will see y'all soon. Michelle, please tell your mama on how to go back and watch this later. All right. I love y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.